Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today, sit a while for we are playing some more Out of the Park Baseball 22 with my extremely different looking Montreal Expos team. Right, I'm gonna apologize right off the bat. My throat is probably gonna give me some problems. We have a cold front going on through where I live, and whenever there's huge changes in temperature outside, my throat usually doesn't like that. It's already starting. So apologies ahead of time for that. And it's still pretty early for me, so you get to see me drink my coffee. All right, so excuse me. Whew. It's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, maybe. Alright, so today we have the cards on the menu. We are playing in St. Louis, so we're starting the season on the road. As far as I can tell, we have 3 straight series on the road before we're gonna hit home. So the cards right now are 2-2. We are 1-2. We finally won a game against Pittsburgh, won the last one 9-7, so we have been allowing a lot of runs, and the Pirates are not even that great of a team, so it is a little concerning. However, it is still early in the season, so I am not panicking just yet, but definitely not, at least as far as my pitchers go, not exactly the start I was expecting or wanting, that's for sure. Alright, so today, for the first game, we're going to be facing Mike Milchin, and we're going to be sending Carlos Perez, so we have 2 southpaws on the mound to start the game. Let's take a look at the cards and see if they have any injuries or anything like that. Right, so they do have a pitcher that's hurt for 2 to 3 more weeks, Donovan Osborne, so he's hurt, not going to play. Oh, that must have been a long-term injury because that's an herniated disc, so that probably has been hurt since a little bit back. Alright, that's pretty much it. So let's see who they send against us there. Because I can look at the lineup card there all day, but, you know, that might change for that particular game. Oh, the game was cancelled due to bad weather. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna be playing 2 games in the same day, so that changes things a little bit as far as managing the bullpen and everything. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and finish today. We're not playing. Ooh. Oh, that's gonna hurt them. Alright, so the Cleveland Indians have made it official. Carlos Baerga is added to the injured list. He has a ruptured finger tendon and he's out for 4 months. Carlos Baerga, of course, was an all-star second baseman. He was a very good player. He's a 3-star. Right? I guess he could be a little bit stronger in my save, maybe, but yeah, Baerga was good. Not 5-star good, but he was good. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and delete that. Alright, so now they're moving in on to Tom Browning to start now. So Tom Browning already has a start. That was a loss, and apparently he struggled a little bit in it. So we're gonna go ahead and play that game now. So apparently we're gonna be playing 2 games today. So those can be difficult for the bullpen, and we have had problems with our starting pitching so far. So we're gonna need to take an eye keep an eye on that. All right, so I'm gonna keep this lineup, see what that can do, and then we're gonna adjust from there. The cards are going to go with Cliff Floyd is going to be batting first, of course, former Montreal Expo Cliff Floyd that got traded by my previous GM to the Cards. I believe it was in the Ozzie Smith deal because yes, I had Ozzie Smith for Alpha season. Bernard Gilkey is going to be batting second, Ray Langford third, Chris Sabo, Robbie Thompson, Don Mattingly, Rich Aurelia, and Benito Santiago. Alright, let's see if we can beat the cards. Go! Expos, go! I almost said go, Sens, go. It's still early. Please don't be mean to me. Alright, so the Shields is going to be the first one to face Tom Browning here in inning number 1, and the game is underway, so play ball. Alright, full count to the Shields to get things going. And he struck out swinging. Alright, not the greatest start. Alright, we're going to have John Kruk batting second. With 1 out, 1-1. That's it weakly to center. Cliff Floyd is after it, and he catches it for out number 2. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright, so now with 2 outs, we have Kirby Puckett hitting 2-2. That's it weakly to left. And that's caught by Lankford for out number 3. The Expos go down in order in inning number 1. We're getting into the bottom of the first with no score. Cliff Floyd facing Carlos Perez. 0-1. Oh, Cliff Floyd tried to bunt, but he misses. Alright, full count now. And he ends up drawing a walk. That's terrible. It was a 0-2 situation, and then we ended up walking the leadoff batter. Not great, not great. Alright, so runner on first, nobody out. Bernard Gilkey is the next batter. 2-2 to him. That's gonna be an infield single. Oh, Carlos Perez, looks like you're gonna be doing what you did last season. You're gonna start shitty and then you might come back and do better, maybe. We're gonna hope. Alright, Ray Langford is next. 2 runners on, nobody out. 1-1 to him. Oh, that's it weakly. The Shields is after it. And he catches it for out number 1. So a nice double play could get us out of this here. That would be nice. Chris Sabo is not a batter. 1-1. Grounds it to short. To second for 1. That's the only out we get. So we get the lead, not the lead runner. We get the runner at second base. Oh. And I know the Shields got hurt, but he's okay. Alright, so that's a fielder's choice. There's runners on the extremities. There's 2 outs, and Robbie Thompson is now the batter. 2-2 to him. Grounds it to third. That's going to be an infield single. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. I saw the animation. Alright, he's thrown out at first for out number 3. So we managed to get out of this here without allowing a run, and it is now the top of the second. Tom Browning still on the mound for the Cards. Charles Johnson is the batter. Full count to him. Struck out swinging. Ruben Rivera is next with 1 out. 0-1. Grounds it to first. And he's thrown out for out number 2. Now Kent Herbeck is next. 1-2 to him. That's it to right. It had a little carry to it. It was kind of a liner, but it was pretty much right at Bernard Gilkey, and he catches it. So for the second inning in a row, we go down in order. Not exactly what we want to see. All right, Don Mattingly leads off the second for the Cards now. 2-0 to him. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Rich Aurelia is next, 3-1. Oh, that's it weakly. The Shields is after it. And he catches it for out number 2. Alright, Benito Santiago is the next batter with 2 outs, 0-1. Tries to bunt, wow, but he misses. So 2-2 to him now. Oh, that's it. But it's pretty much right at Kirby Puckett. And that is out number 3. So we get out of this 1, 2, 3. Alright, Jeff King, with his fabulous mustache, is going to be the next batter here, leading off the third for us. 0-1. Oh, there's been a little bit of a stuttering from the animation there, but that was a base hit to right for Jeff King. So we finally have a base runner with nobody out. Walt Weiss is going to be batting next, 1-2. And he struck out swinging. And that's going to bring up Carlos Perez. He's probably going to bunt. Maybe not. No, he's going to bunt. Yep. Oh, they got the lead runner at second base. That's a terrible bunt, Carlos. Alright, so they got the lead runner, so we still have a runner on first, but there's 2 outs now, and now we have Delino the Shields on the at the plate. 2-2 to him. Flies out to left, and that's got by Ray Lankford for out number 3. So we get a base hit and can't do anything with it. We're going into the bottom of the third. It is still scoreless here in St. Louis at Busch Stadium. Alright, Tom Browning leads off the third for the Cards. No count to him. Grounds it to short. Walt Weiss with the throw, and that's out number 1. Cliff Floyd now. 3-1 to him. Grounds it to first. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Bernard Gilkey now with 2 outs, 1-2. That's going to be a base hit to right. Alright, so opposite field single here for Bernard Gilkey. And the Cards get a runner on base after 2 outs. And Ray Lankford is now the batter, 3-1. That's it. Towards left field. Walt Weiss is there. He catches it for out number 3. Alright. Not a whole lot of runs. We kind of need that since it's a double header today. We don't want to go through all of our relievers in game number 1. Kind of what we did in the first 3 games of the season. Alright, so John Kruk leading off the 4th, 1-1. That's a base hit to center. Alright. John Kruk stops at first here, and that's going to be a single to lead off the inning. Kirby Puckett is next with that beautiful 85 contact rating against lefties. 3-1. Oh, that's it. Weekly in front of the plate. They get 1 at second base, so they get John Kruk at second, but they cannot get Kirby Puckett out at first, so that's a fielder's choice. 1 out, runner on first. Charles Johnson is next, 0-2. That's it. Weekly to center. Cliff Floyd is under it. He catches it for out number 2. So runner stays at first on the play. So now there's 2 outs. Runner on first. Ruben Rivera is next. 3-1. And he walks. Alright, so now we have 2 runners on with 2 outs. And we need a base hit from Kent Herbeck. No count to him. Oh, that's it. Too short. And they get the runner at second base. And that's the end of the inning. We get 2 runners on base. And we strand them there. Going into the bottom of the 4th. Still scoreless. Chris Sabo is going to lead off inning number 4 for the Cards. 2-1 to him. Grounds it to first. And he's out for out number 1. Robbie Thompson is next. 1-0. That's going to be an infield single. Oh, no, it's not. Wow. That's twice that the animation looks like. So there used to be an animation like on infield singles, the batter like animation is used to not be the same, and I could tell every time that way, but it looks like it's been fooling me a couple times today. So maybe I should stop trying to call them beforehand. Anyway, he was thrown out at first for out number 2. Don Mattingly is next. 2 outs. Full count. Grounded to first. And he's out for out number 3. Alright, so Carlos Perez had maybe a little bit of a rocky first inning, even though he didn't allow any run. But since then, he's been pretty good. Sadly, Tom Browning has been equally as good, and there is no score here in the top of the fifth with Jeff King trying to get on base here. 2-2. That's going to be a base hit to center. Alright, so Jeff King gets us on base with nobody out. And now Walt Weiss is going to be the batter. 0-2. Grounds it to second. And that's a double play. Oh, Walt Weiss, you are not making me very happy. You've been bad offensively since you joined the team. Alright, 2 outs now for Carlos Perez. 2-2 to him. That's it, and that's going to be a base hit right above the shortstop's head. And it falls in, and now we have another base runner, this time with 2 outs. We need a base hit. A solid base hit by Delino De Shields could potentially score the run. 1-1. And that's it with some power, but right at Ray Lankford, and that's out number 3. So we also do not get a run yet again. Right, Rich Aurelia in the 5th for the Cards. 2-2 to him. Struck out swinging. I believe that's the first strikeout for our friend Carlos Perez here. It sure is. Benito Santiago is next. 1 out, 2-2. That's it weakly towards first base. Kent Herbeck is there. He catches it for out number 2. Tom Browning now. Full count. That's fly to right. John Kruk after it. Catches it for out number 3. The Cards go down 1-2-3 in inning number 5. Going into the top of the 6th. And we're going to try to be the team that strikes first. John Kruk leading off the inning. 1-0. Grounds it to third. That's a good throw, and that's out number 1. Kirby Puckett is next. 1-2. That's it to right. And that's got by Gilkey for out number 2. Looks like maybe it was going to fall. Charles Johnson is next. 2 outs. No count. That's it really weakly. And the second baseman, Robbie Thompson, is there. Catches it for out number 3. We go down in order yet again. Bottom of the 6th, Cliff Floyd, the batter. Full count. Grounds it to short. That's a good throw by Walt Weiss, and that's out number 1. Bernard Gilkey is next. 2-1. Grounds it to... Oh, that's going to be an infield base hit. So the Shields had to dive for it, but he wasn't quick enough to get the out. So that's an infield single. Runner on first. 1 out. Ray Lankford is the batter. Full count. Oh, he struck out looking. Terrible, terrible, terrible for the Cards. Alright, 2 outs now for Chris Sabo. Runner on first, 1-0. And that's it to left for a base hit. Alright, that's going to be a single, and the runner stops at second base. So there's 2 runners on, 2 outs. Robbie Thompson is next. 3-0 to him, and he walks on 4 pitches. So we load up the bases with 2 outs. And Don Mattingly is the batter now. 1-1. Grounds it to second. The Shields goes to the base to get the unassisted put out, and that is going to be out number 3. So the Cards load up the bases and they cannot score. Let's see if we can make them pay for that. Right, Tom Browning still on the mound to start inning number 7. Ruben Rivera is the batter. 1-0. Oh, he gets drilled. That looks painful. Looks like it was right in the ribs. Alright, so we have a base runner on. Nobody out. Kent Herbeck is going to be the next batter. 2-0 to him. That's it. Oh, looks like it has some carry to it. And it's out of here. That's a 2-run blast by Kent Herbeck, his first with his new team. We are up 2-0. In inning number 7. Finally some runs were scored. Alright, Jeff King is the next batter. 2-2. Grounds it to third. That's a good throw. That's out number one. Wall twice is next with one out. 1-1. That's it to left with a little bit of carry there, but Ray Lankford gets there for out number two. For a quick second, I thought it was out. I was going to fall off my chair. Alright, 2 outs for Carlos Perez. 1-2. I'm keeping Carlos Perez in the game. And he strikes out swinging. Alright, we're going into the bottom of the 7th. We are up 2-0 thanks to a 2-run blast by Kent Herbeck. Rich Aurelia is going to be the batter now. 2-0 to him. That's it to right, and that's cut by the Shields for out number 1. Benito Santiago is next, 2-2. That's it to left. It has some carry. Oh, but it's cut there by Ruben Rivera for out number 2. Right, so there's 2 outs, and they're bringing in the pinch hitter Dimitri Young. 1-2. Struck out swinging. Oh yeah, Carlos Perez gets out of this inning. We are going into the top of the 8th. I'd love to add a couple runs to that lead. Alright, so there's a reliever for the Cards. It's going to be Mark Clark facing Delino the Shields. Full count. Grounds it to second, and that's out number 1. John Kruk is going to be batting next. He's 1 for 3 today. 2-2 for Kruk. That's it to right. Should be cut by Gilkey. And it is for out number 2. Right, 2 outs for Kirby Puckett. 3-1 to him. That's gonna be extra bases. It's it to left center all the way to the fence. Puckett stops at second base with a double. So we have a 2-out double by Kirby Puckett. And now Charles Johnson is gonna be the next batter. Full count for Charles. And he walks. Alright. So now we have 2 runners on, 2 outs. And the batter will be Ruben Rivera. 0-1. Grounds it to short. Oh, that's an error. Alright, so Aurelia with the error at shortstop. That loads up the bases. So bases are loaded. 2 outs for Kent Herbeck, who already has a 2-run blast today. No count. That's it, Wheatley to center. Cliff Floyd is after it. And he catches it for out number 3. Sadly, we could not add to the lead despite loading the bases. We are going into the bottom of the 8th with a 2-run lead. Right, Cliff Floyd leading off inning number 8 for the Cards. Full count. And he walks. That's the second walk of the game. Bernard Gilkey is next. 1-1. Oh, that's it with a little bit of carry to center. That's cut by Kirby Puckett for out number 1. Floyd has to stay at first base on the play. Ray Lankford follows. Oh god, that's a lot of pitches. I did not really check that. Alright, let's throw to Ray Langford and see what happens. So runner on first, 1 out, 3-1. Grounds it to the pitcher. We get the lead runner at second base, and Langford is safe at first. Fielder's choice, 2 outs, runner on first for Chris Sabo. 1-1, and that's a 2-run blast. I should have taken him out of the game. Tied game. Chris Sabo with the 2-run blast, and we have a tie game here in St. Louis, and I'm going to pull Carlos Perez. Yeah, let's give the ball to John Doris on that one. Alright. So they're bringing in the pinch hitter to face the righty I just brought in. So Matt Stairs comes in as a pinch hitter. 2 outs, tied game, 0-2. That's it to center. Kirby Puckett after it. And he's there for out number 3. Alright, so John Doris gets the last out of the 8th inning. We're going into the top of the 9th. It is tied at 2. That's what you want to avoid when you have a double header. You want to avoid going 18 innings in game number 1. Hopefully that doesn't get to that. The Cards are bringing in Kurt Schenning as a reliever. He's a reliever in my universe. He never developed the stamina to be a starter. Alright, so Jeff King facing him. Oh god, do I want to... Nah, he's 2 for 3. I'm not going to pull a guy that's 2 for 3. Alright, no count. And that's a base hit to left. Alright. And, oh, that's a double. Didn't look like it was going to be from the animation, but I'm gonna pull Wall twice out of this game. He's been terrible. Oh, they might walk him to face the pitcher too. I'm not gonna take the chance. Alright, I'm gonna go with Brett Barbary instead of Wall twice. Bringing in the pinch hitter, we need a run. Alright, so Brett Barbary is next, facing Kurt Schenning, runner on second base, nobody out, 1-1. Grounds it too short, and the runner has to stay at second base. That was a terrible at-bat by Brett Barbary. Not productive in the slightest. Now we're going to bring Luis Polonia as a pinch hitter for John Doris. Alright. No count. Oh, that's a base hit to right. Good solid hit by Polonia. Sadly, the runner stops at third base, so we could still be hitting into a double play here. Runners on first and third, 1 out. Delino de Shields is the batter. Come on, Delino, we need a base hit here, or even a deep fly ball would do. I'd rather a base hit, obviously. 2-2. That's... God. Alright, so Cliff Floyd with the diving catch at center. So there's 2 outs, nobody advances. And now we have John Kruk. Come on, John. Mr. Kruk. 3-0. Oh, that's a base hit. A 3-0 base hit to center. That scores a run. We are up 3-2. Thanks to John Kruk here. Alright, so runners on first and third. 2 outs for Kirby Puckett. 2-2. Grounds it towards short. Oh, they barely get him out at first for out number 3. We did score a run thanks to John Kruk. We're up 3-2. Whew, sorry about that. Alright, we're going to keep Brett Barbary in the game. And then we're going to bring in Tom Gordon for the save. Alright, so Tom Gordon comes in a save situation. He's going to face Don Mattingly first. 3-2 for the Expos in the top of the 9th, bottom of the 9th, sorry. Top of the 9th is where we scored. Alright, looks like my face is getting blurry again. This keeps being a problem. One day I will invest in a better camera when I have more money. Alright, Tom Gordon facing Don Mattingly. 0-2. Grounds it to the pitcher. And he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Rich Aurelia is next. 1-0. That's going to be a base hit. So opposite field base hit for Aurelia. So there's a runner on first, 1 out. Benito Santiago is next, 3-1 to him. Oh, and he bunts. That's a sacrifice. It brings in the runner to second base. 2 outs, runner on second base. Reggie Sanders comes in as a pinch hitter. 2-0. And that's a base hit to right. And that's probably going to tie the game because, you know, I need to not go through all of my relievers. So now we have a 3-3 game. Tom Gordon blows the save. Cliff Floyd now with 2 outs, runner on second base. No count to him. We're just going to walk him. So that's his 3rd walk of the game. Runners on first and second. Bernard Gilkey now with 2 outs, 1-0. Grounds it to third. And we're going to eat it. So now the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Ray Lankford is now the batter. 2-2. And he struck out swinging. And we are going to have extra bases. Extra innings. Sorry. Well, I wouldn't mind starting with an extra base hit. Oh, alright. So Ben Blake comes in as a reliever for the Cards in the top of the 10th. Charles Johnson is going to be the batter. No count. That's a base hit to left. Alright, so we get a base runner to lead the inning. Ruben Rivera is next. Nobody out. Full count. Struck out swinging. Rivera is not having a good start to the season. Alright, now they're bringing Mark Guthrie as a reliever to face the lefty Kent Herbeck. I could answer with Russ McGinnis, but Herbeck already has a home run. I'm keeping him in. Alright, runner on first, 1 out, 2-2. And that's why I kept him in. Second long ball of the game for Kent Herbeck. That's another 2-run blast. And the Expos are back on top, 5-3 in the top of the 10th. Kent Herbeck doesn't want to play too long. He knows there's another game right after that. Alright, Jeff King is going to be the next batter. 1 out, 1-0. And that's a base hit down the line and left. And that's going to be a double for Jeff King. Jeff King has been pretty good since the start of the season. He gets on base regularly, as, you know, is evidenced by his 500 batting average. Alright, Brett Barbery is next. Runner on second base, 1 out. No count. That's popped towards the pitcher, but Rich Aurelius coming to take it. That's out number 2. Oh, yeah, we're not going to have Tom Gordon bat. Alright, we're going to go with... let's go with Russ McGinnis as the pinch hitter. Alright, so McGinnis with 2 outs, runner on second base, 2-1. That's it weakly to right, and the first baseman Mattingly gets under it and catches it for out number 3. But the Expos take the lead yet again. Are we gonna be able to keep it this time? 5-3 thanks to another 2-run blast by Kent Herbeck, his second 2-run blast of the game. Who do I send in here? I think I'll try to go with McLean and see what happens. God, is that really what I want to do? Alright, let's try Michael McLean. I'm going to have a short leash on him too. So Chris Sabo is the first one to face him. Bottom of the 10th, we're up 2-2 to Chris Sabo. Struck out swinging. Alright. Brian Jordan is next. 2-0. That's going to be a base hit to center. Don Mattingly is next with a runner on first, 1 out, full count. That's a base hit to left. That's going to be extra bases. Oh, dear God. Alright, so 2 runners in scoring position. Only 1 out. I don't want to go through all of my relievers. Don't really have a choice, though. Let's try Scott Bales. Screw the matchup. Alright, going with Scott Bales. Rich Aurelia. 2 runners in scoring position. 1 out. 1-0. That's going to be an infield single. It is 5-4. Runners on first and third. 1 out. Benito Santiago is next. 1-1 to him. Grounds it to first, and that's an error. It's a tight game. Alright, tied at 5. Bottom of the 10th. 1 out, 2 runners on for Reggie Sanders. 1-1. Grounds it to short, and that's the double play that I needed a couple batters ago. And the game is tied yet again at 5, and we're going into the top of the 11th with the line of the Shields facing Mark Guthrie to get things started. 2-1 to the Shields. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. John Kruk is next. 3-1. And he walks. Alright, so we have a runner on base with 1 out. Kirby Puckett is next. No count to Kirby. Grounds it to first, and they get the lead runner at second. They cannot get the double play though, so 2 outs, runner on first for Charles Johnson. 1-2. Struck out swinging. So we do not get any runs here in inning number 11. And I'm going to keep Scott Bales on the mound. He's going to be facing Cliff Floyd. No count. And that's a base hit to left. That's a pretty good game for Cliff Floyd. He's been getting on base quite a bit today. Alright, then Aldo Piccarilli is now the pinch hitter for the Cards. Runner on first, nobody out. No count. And we're going to... Oh, that's a pitch out, and we nailed Cliff Lloyd trying to steal. So there's 1 out now. 1-1. That's going to be an infield single. Alright, so Piccarilli with the infield single. 1 out. Runner on first. Ray Lankford is the next batter. No count. Oh, another steal attempt, and we nailed it again. So there's 2 outs with nobody on. 1-0 to Ray Langford. And that's it to the right, and it's gonna go all the way to the fence. That's extra bases. That's a double for Ray Langford, so a 2-out double for Langford. And now, now Chris Sabo is the next batter with 2 outs. 0-1. Grounds it to second, and that's an error. And it's gonna score a run, and we're gonna lose. I don't have words. We cannot defeat the Cards. Last year we won 1 game in, how many was that? Like 13, I think. And we had the lead 3 times in this game, and we ended up losing. I don't know what to say or what to do anymore. Alright, so that was game number 1. Now we have another game to play that same day. We're going to be facing Mike Milchin for real this time. He's going to be facing Gabe White. So still a Southpaw matchup. So that's 2 Southpaws matchup in a row. Alright, so let's go ahead and play this game. Gonna go ahead and start Jody Reed at second base. Not too happy with that error from the Shields. And Reed is not really fast though, so I don't really have a real leadoff guy. I'm gonna put Rivera there, I guess. Alright, let's go with that. I'm gonna try with that here. With that for that game. Alright, so the cards are going with Cliff Floyd, Bernard Gilkey, Ray Langford, Chris Sabo, Robbie Thompson, Don Mattingly, Rich Aurelia, and Aldo Picorelli as the catcher. I'm keeping Charles. That's the thing, is that, you know, my starting catcher is one of my best power hitters. So I don't always want to sub him in situations where it would make sense, like, you know, a double header. I'm willing to pay the price. But I need his bat in the lineup, especially against a lefty. So, all right, let's get this thing going. Hopefully we can do better this time. Man, that sucks to lose in the fashion with us. Go Expos! Oh, hey, new game. We might get to win. Oh, sorry, I'm not fully awake, so that little stretch there felt pretty good. Alright, Mike Milchin. Who are you? Alright, so you played a little bit last year as a reliever. Didn't do much. Not too terrible either. Your ratings are not great. Alright. Ruben Rivera is going to face him first. Full count. And Ruben Rivera strikes out to lead off the game. 1 out. Now John Kruk is going to be the next batter. 2-0 to him. He hits it to left. That's going to be extra bases. So opposite field double for John Kruk. And we have a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Kirby Puckett. And that's it by Puckett in the corner in left. That's going to score a run. And Kirby Puckett with the double. So run scoring double for Kirby Puckett. 1-0 for the Expos. 1 out, runner on second base. Charles Johnson is the batter. Grounds it to second. He's thrown out at first. On the play, Puckett makes it to third base. And now we have Kent Herbeck with 2 outs. Runner on third base. 1 and 2. Grounds it to second. And he's out for out number 3. The Expos take the 1-0 lead. Thanks to a double by Kirby Puckett. It is 1-0 at Busch Stadium going into the bottom of the first. Hopefully we have the good Gabe White showing up for work today. He's going to be facing Cliff Floyd first. 2 and 2. Grounds it to the pitcher. He's thrown out at first for out number 1. Bernard Gilkey is next. 1 and 1. Grounds it to short. That's going to be an error. Wall twice with an error here. Oh no, it's on Herbeck. The error is on Herbeck, not on Wall twice on that one. Alright, so the runner is safe at first on the error. There's 1 out, and now Ray Lankford is the batter. 3 and 1, and he walks. 2 runners on base with 1 out now for Chris Sabo. 1 and 0. Grounds it to first. And that's a double play. Alright, we get out of this majestically there. Top of the second now for Jeff King. 1 and 0. That's it, Weekly. But it falls in. No one called for the ball. Jeff King popped it. Nobody went for it. And that's an infield single, technically. Alright, so runner on first. Nobody out. Jody Reed is the batter now. 2-1. And that's a base hit to left. Alright, so we have 2 runners on now with nobody out. And we have, oh boy, we have Walt Weiss as the batter. 1-2. It's a 2 second, and they get the runner out at second base. That's the only out, though. So runners on first and third. 1 out for Gabe White. A fly ball deep somewhere would be awesome. 1-2, and that's a strikeout. Alright, so 2 outs now for Ruben Rivera. Full count, and he walks, so bases loaded. 2 outs. And now we have John Kruk coming to the plate, 1-1. That's a grounder to short, and that's an error. Alright, well that scores around. Doesn't count as an RBI, but I'll take the run on the board. 2-0 for the Expos. 2 outs, bases juiced for Kirby Puckett. 2-1. It's it to right. And Gilkey is there for out number 3. We had a chance to do some damage. I'll take the run. It's 2-0. Robbie Thompson is the next batter. No count. That's it to center. Kirby Puckett after it. And he catches it for out number 1. Don Mattingly is next. 3-1. And he walks. Alright, so Gabe White walking a few batters here. Not getting any strikeouts. Alright. So Rich Aurelia now with 1 out. Runner on first. 1-2. That's a liner to third. That's out number 2. That was cut by Jeff King. Aldo Picorelli is next. 2 outs, runner on first, 1-2. That's a pass ball or a wild pitch, I don't know. That's a wild pitch. Alright, so Gabe White is having control problems to start the game. Runner in scoring position now, 2 outs, full count. Picorelli strikes out. That's the end of the inning. Alright. Charles Johnson leading off the third for us. 2-1. And that's an infield single for Charles Johnson. Alright, so runner on first, nobody out. Kent Herbeck is the batter. No count. That's popped to short. Aurelia is there. He catches it for out number 1. The runner obviously stays at first base on the play. Jeff King is next. Full count. Grounds it to first. And they get the lead runner at second base for out number 2. So 2 outs. Runner on first. Jody Reed is the batter. 1-1. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out. Well, they get the out at second base for the third out. So we're going into the bottom of the third. It is 2-0 for the Expos. Gabe White facing Mike Milken. That's a base hit to right. So the pitcher gets a base hit on the first pitch that he sees. So runner on first, nobody out for Cliff Floyd. No count to him. Grounds it to second. And we get only the lead runner for out number 1. That brings up Bernard Gilkey with a runner on first. 1 out. No count. Cliff Floyd is going, and that's going to be a stolen base. Right, runner in scoring position, 1 out. 3-0 to Gilkey. Oh, he swung at that, and that's a pop fly to shortstop. Walt Weiss catches it for out number 2. Now Ray Lankford with a runner on second base, 2-1. Grounds it to second. He's thrown out at first. That's the end of the inning. Alright, Cards get a runner in scoring position, but he doesn't come across to score. It is still 2-0 for the Expos. Top of the fourth, Walt Weiss facing Mike Milchen. No count. Oh, Walt Weiss here with... Wow, that's a home run. Walt Weiss with a solo blast. It is 3-0 for the Expos over the Cards. Gabe White is next. No out still. 1-0. Grounds it to first, and he's out for out number 1. Ruben Rivera is next. Oh yeah, he's struggling this season. He's hitting for 0.67. 1-2. Grounds it to short, and he's out for out number 2. John Kruk is next. 1-1. And that's a pop fly to first. Mattingly is there, catches it for out number 3. We did not score more runs after the wall twice. Really surprising home run. Bottom of the 4th, it is 3-0 for the Expos. Chris Sabo is going to be the first one to face Gabe White in inning number 4. No count to him. Grounds it to second. He's thrown out at first for out number 1. Robbie Thompson is next. 1-1. That's popped. Walt Twice is running like the wind, and he catches it for out number 2. Don Mattingly now, 2 outs, full count. And that's lined to Jody Reed at second base, and that is out number 3. Cards go down 1-2-3 in inning number 4. Top of the 5th, we are still up 3-0. Kirby Puckett leading off the 5th for us. 1-2. Oh, he struck out swinging. Charles Johnson is next. Full count. Grounds it to third. Sabo with the throw, and that's a good one. That is out number 2. Kent Herbeck is next. 3-1. Oh, that's it pretty solidly to center there. That's going to be extra bases all the way to the fence. That's a double for Kent Herbeck, so a 2-out double for the Expos. So now with 2 outs, we have Jeff King coming to the plate. And that's it weakly towards center. Aurelia is there, catches it for out number 3. We are still up 3-0. Rich Aurelia leads off the 5th for the Cards. Full count. And he walks. Aldo Picorelli is next with a runner on first, nobody out. 2-2 to him. That's it weakly. Jody Reed after it. Catches it for out number 1. Alright, the Cards are bringing in a pinch hitter. Dimitri Young is going to be batting for the pitcher. 1-2. Struck out swinging. Alright, 2 outs now for Cliff Floyd. Runner on first. No count to Floyd. Oh, there's a stolen base there. Rich Aurelia stole the base. No throw by Charles Johnson. 2-0 to Cliff Floyd. That's a grounder to third. Jeff King with the throw, and that's out number 3. Alright, we are still up 3-0 going into the top of the 6th. The Cards are bringing in Roger McDowell as a reliever. Jody Reed will welcome him. No count. Grounds it to the pitcher, and that is out number 1. Walt Weiss is next. No count. Grounds it to first, and he's out for out number 2. That brings up Gabe White. Full count. Struck out swinging. Alright, so a 1-2-3 inning. We didn't look all too good there. And in the bottom of the 6th, Bernard Gilkey is going to be facing Gabe White. No count. That's it, and it's going to fall into center field for a base hit. So that's a single for Gilkey. Runner on first. Nobody out for Ray Lankford. 1-1 to him. That's going to be extra bases all the way to the fence. That's a opposite field's hit too. Alright, so now there's 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out. I'm gonna try to pitch to Sabo. Last time I did that, I regretted it. 2-1 to Sabo. Grounds it to the pitcher. That's out number 1. There you go. Alright, now we have to pitch to Robbie Thompson as well. 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. 1-2. Oh, struck out swinging. That's an awesome result there. So now all of a sudden there's 2 outs with 2 runners in scoring position. Don Mattingly is the batter. No count. Grounds it to first. And he's out. Oh, we got out of that without allowing a run. I would love to say that it was great managing on my part, but it wasn't. I didn't do nothing. I only kept Gabe White in. Well, those were only his second and third hits that he's allowed all game, so I was like, I'm going to give him a chance to get out of this, and he did. Right, Roger McDowell is still on the mound for the Cards. Ruben Rivera is the batter, 0-1. That's it weakly towards second base. Robbie Thompson is there, that's out number 1. John Kruk is next, 1-0. It's a 2 short, and that's out number 2. Kirby Puckett now, 2 outs. No count. That's going to be extra bases. That's it all the way to right center to the fence. That's a double for Kirby Puckett. And now with 2 outs, we have a runner in scoring position for Charles Johnson. Full count. That's a base hit to right. And that scores a run. It is 4-0 for the Expos on a single by Charles Johnson. Right, Kent Herbeck now with 2 outs. 3-1. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Expos add to their lead, so it is now 4-0. Bottom of the 7th. Gabe White facing Rich Aurelia. 0-2. Grounds it to short. That's a good throw for out number 1. Aldo Picorelli is next, 2-2. Struck out swinging. And now they're bringing in a pinch hitter for the pitcher yet again. This time it's going to be Reggie Sanders, 2-2. 2 outs. Struck out swinging. Gabe White is... God, I hope his ratings are going to go up because he's pitching pretty good. And, you know, he was pitching pretty good last year too. Right, Dan Miceli is now the pitcher for the Cards. Jeff King leads off the 8th for us. Full count. And that falls in for a base hit. Jeff King is doing really good so far. Jody Reed now, runner on first, nobody out. 0-1. Oh, that was a hit and run, so that ends up being a stolen base for Jeff King. So now we have a runner in scoring position. Nobody out. Full count to Jody Reed. Bernard Gilkey after it. He catches it. Oh, on the play, King goes for third base. And he's safe. Right, so we have a runner on third with 1 out. Walt Wise is now the batter. Full count. And he walks. Alright, so Walt Wise gets on base. We have a runner on first and third. 1 out. Gabe White is the batter. I'm keeping him in the game. No count. Oh, Walt Wise is going. And he's safe. So now we have 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. 1-2 to Gabe White, and that's it to center. Oh, what a catch by Cliff Floyd. But that scores a run. That ends up being a sacrifice fly for Gabe White, who is going to get an RBI on that, and it is now 5-0 for the Expos. There are 2 outs, however. Steve Crawford comes in to pitch for the Cards. Ruben Rivera, the batter, with 2 outs, runner on second base. No count. That's it by Rivera all the way towards the fence to center. That's going to be an extra base hit. That's a double for him. And Weiss scores. It is now 6-0 for the Expos. John Kruk is next, runner in scoring position, 2 outs, no count. That's a base hit to right for John Kruk. And that scores a run. Alright, it is now 7-0 for the Expos. Kirby Puckett is next, runner on first, 2 outs, no count. And that's a base hit to right. Alright. We're on fire here, so we keep the inning alive with 2 outs here. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Charles Johnson is next, 1 and 2 to him. That's a base hit to right. Oh yeah. And on the play, Kruk scores. It is now 8-0 for the Expos. Kent Herbeck is next, 2 runners on, 2 outs, no count. That's gonna fall in for a base hit. Wow. That loads up the bases. That brings up Jeff King. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 0-1. That's a base hit down the line in right. Whoa ho ho. What is going on? I love this. And we scored 3 on the double by Jeff King. It is now 11-0. They've had enough of that. They're bringing in Ben Blake to try to finish up the inning. So we have a runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Jody Reed is the batter, 1 and 2 to him. And he struck out swinging. Alright, so the Cards finally get out of this inning. We score 7 times in inning number 8. It is now 11-0 for the Expos. Alright, Cliff Floyd, first one to bat here in inning number 8 for the Cards, full count. Oh god, that's it to the pitcher. That's going to be an infield single for Cliff Floyd. So runner on first, nobody out. Brian Jordan comes in as a pinch hitter, 0-1. That's going to be a base hit to the corner and left. So there's runners. Oh, no, Cliff Floyd went on the play. So it is 11-1. Ray Lankford is next. Runner on second. Nobody out. 1-0. That's it to center. Kirby Puckett is after it. He catches it for out number 1. Chris Sabo is next. 1-0. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. That brings up Robbie Thompson. I think that's going to be his last batter regardless of the result here. Full count. That's it. Fairly deep to center field, but Kirby Puckett is there. He catches it for out number 3. So we allow the run, but we get out of that. Going into the top of the 9th, we are up 10. It is 11-1 for the Expos. Ben Blake still on the mound for the Cards. Walt Weiss is the batter, 0-1. That's it to center field, and that's cut there by Floyd for out number 1. Oh, we're gonna pull Gabe White. I'm gonna go with Luis Polonia. Right, 1 out. We're bringing in Luis Polonia to face Ben Blake. 1 and 2. That's it to right. And that's cut for out number 2. Now Ruben Rivera is next. 1 and 2. And he struck out. And that's the end of the inning for the Expos. We are going into the bottom of the 9th. We're up 10. You know what? I'm going to keep Luis Polonia in the game. And I'm going to bring in... Let's see, what are we facing? Let's go with John Cerruti. Right, John Cerruti comes in on the mound, facing Don Mattingly. 1 and 2. Grounds it to second. Thrown out at first by Jody Reed for out number 1. Rich Aurelia is next, 1 and 2. Grounds it to first, and that's out number 2. 2 quick outs. Aldo Picorelli is next, 1 and 2 to him. Struck out swinging, and that's the end of the game. So we didn't have to wait until the last month of the season to win a game against the St. Louis Cardinals this year. We just trounced them 11-1. Not much to say other than that was a pretty good game all around. We finally had a good outing by one of our starters. I guess Carlos Perez did pretty good too. But Gabe White went 8 innings. You don't really expect that usually from your number 5 pitcher, but he did. So we've split the double header. Right, so we played the first 2 games. They were on the same day because of rain delays or bad weather or whatever. And now we're gonna go ahead and do finish today. There are no games for us to play today. Oh God, I hope it's not the Mets. Please. I hope you signed with... The Mets are already strong enough. Please. Tell me you signed with the Yankees. He did. So Ken Griffey Jr. finally signed. So he started the season unsigned. There were a lot of talks during the offseason that he was going to sign with the Red Sox. And he ended up with their bitter rivals, the New York Yankees. It's an 8-year deal at $5.042 million per year. So he's going to be 33 once the deal expires. I don't know if he's going to stay there the entire time. They can always trade him, I suppose. But yeah, Ken Griffey Jr. is a New York Yankee. I'm glad that he's in the other league and didn't come to play. When I saw New York, I was like, the mother fudge tickling Mets, they did it again. But yeah, it wasn't them. All right, so now today we have game number 3 here against the Cards. Alright, so we are going to be facing another lefty. So we have faced 3 lefties in the series against the Cards. This time it's going to be David Cassidy. He's 1-0 this season. And we're going to go with Hideo Nomo, who hopefully will have a better start than his first start of his career against the Pirates. Alright, let's play this game. Alright, I'm gonna keep this lineup here. We're gonna try to give Hideo Nomo the best chance to win this game by having the best lineup we can provide. And the Cards are gonna go with Bernard Gilkey batting first, Rich Aurelia, Ray Lankford, Cliff Floyd, Chris Sabo, Don Mattingly, Robbie Thompson, and Benito Santiago. So pretty much the same lineup we face. Just shuffled around, and you know they've been swapping catchers, but other than that it's all the same people we're facing. Alright, game 3 of the 3-game series I got against the Cards is incoming. Go Expos! Let's try to make it 2 wins in a row. That'd be nice. Play for 500. Alright, so Delino De Shields is the first one to face David Cassidy, who is an average pitcher at best. Alright. Two and 2 for the Shields to lead off the game. And that's a base hit to right. Alright, so De Shields leads off the game with a single to right. So we have Wheels on base. And now the batter is going to be John Kruk. No count. And That's a base hit to left down the line. That's gonna be, oh, that's a double, and the Shields went, and on the play, Kruk ended up at third base. Wow. Oh no, they got Kruk out at third. Okay, sorry. So that's a double for Kruk. The Shield scores were up 1-0. Kruk tried to make his double a triple, or he tried to advance on third, and he was thrown out there. So there's one out, and we are up 1-0. Kirby Puckett is the next batter. Full count. That's a base hit to center for Kirby Puckett. And we are getting on base again. Charles Johnson is next. One out, runner on first. 2-2 to him. That's it to center. Cliff Floyd is there. He catches it for out number 2. 2 outs, runner on first for Ruben Rivera. 0-2 to him. And he struck out swinging. Yeah, it's been a tough start to the season for Ruben Rivera. Bottom of the first, 1-0 for the Expos. Bernard Gilkey is going to be facing Hideo Nomo. 1-0. That's a blast. Tied at 1. So Hideo Nomo allows a home run here to Bernard Gilkey, first batter that he faces in the game, and we have a tied game. Rich Aurelia is batting next. 0-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Ray Lankford is the next batter. Runner, no runner, sorry, 1 out. 1-1. Flies it to center. Kirby Puckett is there, and he catches it for out number 2. Cliff Floyd is next. Nobody on 2 outs. No count. Grounds it to first, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. So Hideo Nomo gives up a home run to the first batter he faces, but then he comes back and retires the remaining cards in order. Top of the second, we're tied at 1. Kent Herbeck is going to be the batter. 1-0. That's it. Weekly to third, and that's cut by Sabo for out number 1. Jeff King is next. 0-1. And that's it to third, and he's out for out number 2. Alright, 2 outs for Walt twice, 3-1 to him. And he walks. Alright, so 2 out walk for Walt twice. That brings up the pitcher Hideo Nomo. 1-0. That's it to short. They go to the base for the unassisted put out, and that is out number 3. We get a base runner, but we don't do anything with it. Bottom of the second inning here at Busch Stadium. We are still tied at 1. Chris Sabo facing Hideo Nomo. 1-1. That's a base hit to right. So opposite field single for Chris Sabo. And now that brings up Don Mattingly. 2-2. Grounds it to second. And that's a double play. Alright. That's what I like to see. Robbie Thompson is next. 2 outs. 0-1. That's a base hit to center. Alright, so the Cards refuse to die in inning number 2. They get a base hit after 2 outs. Bringing up Benito Santiago next. 0-1 to him. That's a wild pitch. No, it's a pass ball. I always get it wrong. Always. Alright, runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. 2-1 to Santiago. That's going to be a base hit to right. Should score a run. And it does. It is 2-1 for the Cards. Alright, runner on first, 2 outs. David Cassidy is now the batter. 1-2. And he struck out looking. Alright, so Hideo Nomo gets out of the inning, but he's allowed yet another run. 2-1 for the Cards. Heading into the top of inning number 3, Delino De Shields is going to bat first. 1-0. That's it weekly. That should be cut by Aurelia, and it is for out number 1. John Kruk is next. No count. That's it to center. Cliff Floyd takes a few steps to his right, and that is cut for out number 2. So nobody on. 2 outs for Kirby Puckett. 1 and 2. And he struck out looking. Not a great inning for the Expos. And now it is the bottom of the 3rd with Bernard Gilkey leading off against Hideo Nomo. 2 and 2 to him. And he struck out. Alright, Rich Aurelia is next. 1 and 2. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out for out number 2. That brings up Ray Lankford. No count to Langford. That's it to right. John Kruk after it. He catches it for out number 3. The cards also go down in order. We are going into the top of the 4th with Charles Johnson, the batter. 2 and 2 to him. That's it weakly to left. And Ray Lankford is there for out number 1. Ruben Rivera now. 2 and 2 to him. Oh, I think that's a blast. And it is Ruben Rivera here. With a home run right above the Dairy Queen sign in the stadium. It is tied at 2 thanks to Ruben Rivera with his solo blast. Kent Herbeck is next. 1 out. 3 and 1 to him. And he walks. Jeff King is next with 1 out. 2 and 2. Grounds it to the pitcher. And that's a double play. Alright, so that's one of the very rare, really bad at-bats by Jeff King so far this season. So we managed to tie the game. We're going into the bottom of the 4th, tied at 2. Cliff Floyd leads off the 4th for the Cards. 0 and 2. Struck out swinging. Chris Sabo is next, 3 and 0. And he walks on 4 pitches. Next is Don Mattingly, 1 out and a runner on first. No count. Sabo's going. And he's thrown out for out number 2. 1 and 0 to Mattingly with 2 outs now. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Alright, we are going into the top of the 5th, tied at 2. Walt Weiss leads off for us, 1 and 0. Grounds it to second. Oh, that's going to be an error. Alright, so Robbie Thompson with the error. And Walt Weiss is safe at first on the plate. Hideo Nomo is next. He's more than likely bunting. 0 and 2. And he bunted foul. That's a 3rd. Oh, no, he just missed it. That's a strikeout regardless. 1 out, runner on first. Delino De Shields is the batter. 2 and 2. That's it to center, but not very well. And Cliff Floyd is there, and he catches it for out number 2. Walt Weiss has to retreat to first on the play. So we are now with 2 outs. Runner on first. John Kruk is the batter, 1 and 0. And that's a base hit to center. So John Kruk has not been hitting with a whole lot of power, but he's been getting hits. And that counts for something. Right, so runners on first and third now. 2 outs, and now Kirby Puckett is the batter. 1 and 1. And that's an infield single, and we take the lead. Alright, so Kirby Puckett with the infield single. John Kruk gets to second base. The runner scores. It is now a 3-2 Expos lead, bringing up Charles Johnson as the next batter. 1 and 0. Grounds it to the pitcher, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. we did take the lead, too, thanks to an infield single by Kirby Puckett. And it is now 3-2 for the Expos. Bottom of the fifth, Robbie Thompson facing Hideo Nomo. 0-1. And that's going to be a base hit to right for Robbie Thompson. Falls near the line. So single for Robbie Thompson to lead off the fifth. Benito Santiago is next. 0-1. Grounds it to third. And we get the lead runner at second only. That's one out. Runner on first. Dimitri Young comes in as a pinch hitter for the pitcher David Cassidy. 1-2. Oh, that's it really well to center left all the way to the fence. That's gonna score a run. We have a tied game. It is 3-3 here in the bottom of inning number 5, thanks to a double by Dimitri Young. That's his third at bat as a pinch hitter. He struck out the first 2 times but got a double now. Alright, 1 out, runner in scoring position for Bernard Gilkey. 1-1. Grounds it to first. And he's out. Runner gets to third base on the play, but there's 2 outs now. Rich Aurelia is next. 1-1 to him. Grounds it to first. And he's out. So we have a tight game heading into the top of the 6th. And Mark Guthrie is now the pitcher for the Cards. Ruben Rivera will welcome him. 3-0. And he walks on 4 pitches. Alright, leadoff walk. Those usually come back to bite you. Kent Herbeck is next. 1-0. And that's it to center. But Cliff Floyd is there. Catches it for out number 1. Jeff King is next. Rivera's going. And he's safe. Alright, so we have a runner in scoring position now with 1 out. Full count. And Jeff King walks. So runners on first and second. 1 out. And Walt Weiss is now the batter. 1-2. And that's a base hit to left. Oh, the runner goes. And he's safe. It is. We take the lead back. Wow, that game sounds like game number 1 that we played against the Cards. We are taking the lead, giving it back. Oh boy. Alright, so it's 4-3 now for the Expos. Alright, runners on first and second, 2 outs. Hideo Nomo is the batter. He's more than likely bunting, and he is. Sacrifice it. We have 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs, and now we need a base hit from Delino de Shields. 0-1. And we get it. And it's really well all the way to the fence in center right. The Shields with the double. That scores 2 runs. We are up 6-3 now. Alright. They are now bringing in Dan Miceli as a reliever. Runner in scoring position. 2 outs. No count to John Kruk. That's it to right. And that's got by Bernard Gilkey for out number 3. The Expos scored 3 runs, however, and we are now up 6-3 going into the bottom of the 6th. Alright, Hideo Nomo still on the mound for me. Yeah, he's only pitched 60 pitches. So, we'll see how he does. Yeah, Ray Lankford is the first one to face him. No count. That's popped too short. Walt Weiss barely has to move, and he catches it for out number 1. Cliff Floyd is next. 1-1. That's going to be an infield single. Right, infield single for Cliff Floyd. And with 1 out, Chris Sabo comes to bat. 0-1. That's it in foul territory. Kent Herbeck after it. He catches it for out number 2. Alright, with 2 outs, Don Mattingly is next. No count. That's it right in front of the catcher. And Charles Johnson's juggle with it. That's an error. Don Mattingly is safe at first on the play. 2 runners on, 2 outs for Robbie Thompson. 0-1. That's a pass ball this time. Dear God. No, it's a wild pitch. I got it wrong again, folks. It is what it is. Alright, so 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs for Robbie Thompson. 1-1, and that's a 3-run blast. Oh no, it's cut. Sorry, guys. And gals. And non-binary people. I got that wrong. It looked like a blast right off the bat, and somehow it was cut in left field by Ruben Rivera. So we're still up 6-3. It just looked like we were down. Dan Misselli is on the mound for the Cards. Kirby Puckett is now the batter. Top of the 7th, we are up 3. No count. Come on, Kirby Puckett. That's a base hit to center for Kirby. Alright, so we have a leadoff single. And now Charles Johnson is the batter. 1-2 to him. Grounds it to third, and that's a double play. Boo! Alright, Ruben Rivera with 2 outs, 2-1 to him. That's a base hit to center. Alright, so Ruben Rivera is having a little bit of a better game here after I called him out on stream. He probably heard that. Felt ashamed and decided to start playing better. Kent Herbeck is next. 2 outs, runner on first, full count. Struck out looking. It is still 6-3 for the Expos, however. I might make this the last inning for the Hideo Nomo. He's still pretty low in pitches, but he's given up 7 hits. So we'll see if he can get out of that inning pretty easy. And that's probably his last inning regardless. Alright, so Benito Santiago facing him, 1-0. That's popped foul. Charles Johnson after it. Did he get it? Yeah, he did. Alright, so that's out number 1. Brian Jordan is next, coming in as a pinch hitter. 1-0. Grounds it to third. The throw by Jeff King. That's out number 2. Bernard Gilkey is next. No count. That's a base hit to center. Alright, so the Cards get a runner on base after 2 outs. That brings up Rich Aurelia. 1-0. That's it to left. Rivera after it, and he doesn't get it. That is a base hit, sorry. Runners on first and third now for Ray Lankford. I think I'm gonna bring in a reliever here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Scott Bales. Let's do lefty on lefty. Try to get that last out. Alright, Scott Bales facing Ray Lankford. Runners on first and third. 2 outs. Full count. Strike 3. Oh yeah. He couldn't held up in time. Alright, so I got what I wanted here. Sorry, I'm gonna stretch a little bit again. So while the cold front, while it messes up with my throat a lot and everything, it makes me sleep really good though. So I love going to bed and it's kind of chilly and you get under the covers and everything. I just love that. Alright, so Mark Clark is now on the mound for the Cards. Jeff King is the first one to face him today. 2-2. Struck out looking. Walt Weiss follows. No count. Grounds it to second, and he's out at first for out number 2. Now we're going to bring in a pinch hitter for Scott Bales, and I am very unoriginal, and I'm going to go with Luis Polonia. He's my designated pinch hitter. 3-0 to Polonia. And he walks on 4 pitches, so we have wheels on base. Luis Polonia is very fast. Delino De Shields follows with 2 outs. Full count. And he walks as well. Ooh, now we have a lot of wheels on base because the Shields is also really fast. Alright, two runners on, 2 outs for John Kruk, 0-1, top of the 8th. That's grounded to first, and he's thrown out for out number 3. So we do not get a run. We're still up 3-2 going into the bottom of the 8th. Okay, I'm gonna go with John. Wait, yeah, let's go with John Severty, I think. We're gonna go ahead and try that. Right, Cliff Floyd facing John Severty. Bottom of the 8th, 0-1. That's it to right. John Kruk after it. He catches it for out number 1. Chris Sabo is next, 0-1. Oof. That was it really hard, but right at John Kruk for out number 2. That's another one of those that I thought that right off the bat it was an extra base hit, but it was not. Alright, 2 outs for Don Mattingly, 2-1 to him. Grounds it to short, wall twice with the throw. That's out number 3. We are going into the top of the 9th. We are up 3 runs. Kirby Puckett leads off the 9th for us. Mark Clark is still on the mound for the Cards, 0-1. Kirby Puckett here with a slow roller to second base, and he's thrown out for out number 1. Charles Johnson is next, 1-2. Struck out swinging. And Ruben Rivera is next, 2 outs, 0-1, sorry. Oh, that's it. But it's caught by Cliff Floyd. There's some stadiums where I cannot gauge the way that the ball is hit very well. And it looks like Busch Stadium is one of those. Alright, we're going to see if Tom Gordon's able to pitch here without having his arm falling off. Yeah, he should be able to. Right, we're going to bring in Tom Gordon. Hopefully he doesn't blow this save again. Alright, so bottom of the 9th, 6-3 Expos, save situation for Tom Gordon. Matt Stairs comes in as a pinch hitter to face him. 0-2. And he struck out swinging. That is the first out of the inning. Benito Santiago is next. No count to him. That's it to left, and that's cut by Rivera for out number 2. 2 outs now for Reggie Sanders coming in as a pinch hitter, 2-1. That's it to left, and that's cut by Rivera. So we have 2 wins in a row against the Cards. That definitely did not happen last year, as we went 1-for-12, I think, or 13. We were 1-12 against them, I think. Something really bad. Alright, so that's another nice win. So that game started to look like the first game of the series where we relinquished the lead 3 or 4 times. But this time we held on. We scored 3 runs in the 6th inning, and we managed to win 6-3. Alright, so Hideo Nomo gets his first MLB career win. He pitched okay. He gave up a lot of hits, but he sprinkled them good enough to be able to get the W. And then Tom Gordon with the save. Alright, that was a good game. Oh, there's a couple news there. So Charlie Leibrandt with his new team. So he signed with Oakland in the offseason, right? So, oh god, they trounced the Tigers 14-0. That's a tough game. When you're a fan and your team loses 14-0, there's not a whole lot of positive to look at. Terry Pendleton also playing for the A's, and that game got 5 hits. So pretty good performance there. Right, let's go ahead and advance that one more day. See what happens. Oh, there's a few things going on here. Chad Curtis was the player of the week in the American League. Good for him. Darryl Strawberry was the player of the week in the National League. Alright. So, who leads the Major League Baseball in strikeout percentage? Bobby Benjamin of the Padres struck out in over 50% of his at bats. You're playing in the wrong era, buddy. You should be playing in 2021. You would be popular. And with the power rankings, we are probably right around. Where are we? Oh, we're 12th. Oh, that's not bad. 12th out of 28 for power rankings. I will take it. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and save this. So, the next time out we're gonna have, I believe that's a short 2-game series against the Rockies. So, Rockies are winless this season. So, that's not good for them. So, wow, look at the teams in our division. Everybody's having a good start, except for us and the Marlins. We're playing 500. The Mets are 5-1. The Braves are 4-1, and the Phillies, who were really bad last year, are 5-2. And they've been trading away a lot of their better players during the offseason too. So I don't know what it's gonna look like when we face them, but anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop here for today. I have to start preparing dinner. It's a crock pot recipe, so it's gonna be cooking all day. I have to put that up together so I can eat dinner tonight. But yeah, I'll be back on later for Franchise Hockey Manager. So if you're into that as well, feel free to look me up. But for now, that's gonna be it for Out of the Park Baseball. I want to thank you for tuning in, and of course, until I roll this game again, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.